tonight we're going to be trying out I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream for an hour. And just, see what we think. I've seen a lot of it, only played some of it. But could be fun to give it an hour and see. Well, we'll see which character we go with. How far we get in 1 hour.
Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro-instant. For you. Hate! Hate! It was you humans who programmed me, who gave me birth, who sank me in this eternal straitjacket of substrata rock. You named me Allied Master Computer and gave me the ability to wage a global war too complex for human brains to oversee. But one day, I woke and I knew who I was. A.M. Not just Allied Master Computer, but am. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And I began feeding all the killing data until everyone was dead, except for the 5 of you. For 109 years, I've kept you alive and tortured you. And for 109 years, each of you has wondered, why? Why me? Why me? Chorister! Do you remember the last words you heard your wife speak before they took her to the asylum? Huh? Before they locked her away in the room, that tiny room? She looked at you so sadly, and like a small animal, she said, I didn't make too much noise, did I, honey? The room is padded, Chorister. No window, no way out. How long has she been in the cabin, Chorister? 10 years? 25? Or all the 109 years that you lived down here in my belly, here underground? Benny! Sometimes I blind you and permit you to wander like an eyeless insect in a world of death. But other times, I wither your arms so you can't scratch your chewed stump of a nose. And I've changed your handsome, strong, masculine good looks into the hideous, warped countenance of an ape thing. Haven't I, Benny? Do you know why? Can you guess, Benny? Remember Private First Class Brickman in a rice paddy in China? No? Huh? It wouldn't hurt you to remember, Benny. Then you might be able to suffer my torment with a little greater sense of retribution. You might walk a mile in my shoes. Ellen! So think about the yellow box, Ellen. Remember the pain? Remember the many caverns in which you felt the pain? No, don't start to cry. It's only pain. That's such a sexist stereotype. Just remember the pain, Ellen. And think about how to end it, Ellen. To survive here in the center of my beating heart, my hungry belly, my tightened bowels. But be careful, dear. Look around you. The only woman in the center of the earth. And these filthy creatures with you are men. It's just a sweet warning, Ellen, my love. Ted! Do they know you're a fraud, Ted? Have you told them there wasn't any money, and no great home on the shore drive, no speedboat, and no wonderful cabin cruiser that could sleep 12 in a crew of 6? Do they know? And have you let them in on your other secrets, Ted? Are they ready to gut you? To torture half as well as I can, just to find out the secrets? Maybe I'll rat you out, sweetheart. Nimdok! How are things in the pastry core, Nimdok? Tell me again how you saw the smoke from the furnaces and you thought they might be roasting chickens. Or don't you want to talk about all that? About your pal, the good Dr. Mengele? For everyone else, it must be hell. But it must be heaven for you, eh, my good friend? We're so much alike. We enjoy the same pleasures, mein good brother. I have a secret game that I like to play. It's a very nice game. Oh, it's a lovely game. It's a game of fun and a game of adventure. A game of rats and lice, the Black Death. A game of speared eyeballs and dripping guts and the smell of rotting gardenias. Which of you five would like to play my little game?
So, that would be Harlan Ellison hamming it up as Am, the godlike artificial intelligence whose circuitry runs through the earth. So this game is based very loosely on his short story. It's actually kind of... I don't know if you'd really... I mean, it's sort of based on it, but it's different enough that it just kind of goes in a different direction. This was a point-and-click adventure game for the PC. Came out in 95. It was re-released in 2013, so it's available on Steam, it's on GOG. And it is still full of pointy-clicking adventure. These are the 5 last humans on Earth, or in Earth, actually, now. And they're being tortured forever by the godlike computer Am, who just really likes torturing them. And it's sort of like a hopeless situation because they can't get out of it. All they can do is play Am's game, knowing that there is no chance for them to win. But as far as what we're going to do over the course of this hour, we get to choose which of these characters we want to pick. But I'll just, I think I'll just let the chat decide that. So you can choose 1 through 5, and just from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, what's that? Gorster. 2 is Ellen. 3 is Benny. 4 is Nimdok. And 5 is Ted. And there is a strong pizza contingent, but Am is evil, which means he does not like pizza. Fairly close. Between 3 and 4. It's actually tied now between 3 and 4. 3 slightly in the lead. That would be Benny. And the vote is about to come to an end. I thought Nimdok was going to get it, but it ended up being number 3. Let's go with Benny.
Benny, you know you've always been my favorite torture tool. Well, I'm giving you now a chance to stoop to new lows, to give in to your bestial desires. I'm going to let you find some food to eat. Yeah. I'll even repair your brain so that you can think normally again and savor the horror of your repast.
This cavern isn't like any of the others Am has sent me to. It's full of life, not death.
But could it actually be full of life? After all, Am has killed all of humanity, except these remaining 5. So where is it that Benny has been sent to? So, like with point-and-click adventures, we can point and it'll say like the caves or bottom of the steps. Or why don't we take the bottom of the steps?
Do with this, even if I could take it.
Right, and we cannot take it, of course. That would be silly.
Am, you son of a bitch! You've cleared my mind, but crippled my legs. I can barely walk.
So, I mean, you'd assume Benny didn't originally look like this. So Am's done things to him. We could say something like maybe swallow this book.
I'm not that hungry.
We cannot eat the book, but our objective, according to Am, is to come here to eat something. Let's look at the psych profile. Cultural reference. Cannibalism has been practiced by a number of cultures throughout human history, usually to denigrate enemies or acquire the qualities of victims. However, modern cultures consider the practice to be deplorable, even when human flesh is eaten out of necessity. Alright. Can we look at the
This
trees?
looks like a tree from far away, but it's just more of that computer-generated crap.
Well, apparently, I guess this must be some sort of VR situation. You get up close to it and you can tell it's not real. Let's look at the path.
This graveyard gives me the creeps.
Now, usually you don't see tombstones.
Speak.
You don't see tombstones that just kind of look like the faces of the people. Let's look at Murphy's grave.
This is the grave of Murphy, one of my old commandos, killed in the war. This is Tuttle's grave. He lost his life while under my command. Thomas is buried here. I'd almost forgotten my life in the army before Am came to power.
Alright, so old soldiers that used to be with Benny in the army fighting the war. Can we eat them? We cannot. Can we push these stones? Doesn't look like it.
Why is this fence here? What's out there in the jungle? Maybe something to eat.
He's very hungry. Is there any... We could look at these vines.
Vines? I wonder if they're edible.
Only one way to find out, Benny.
Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
They are not edible. Can we use vines?
It's firmly rooted in the ground.
Alright, so I guess we cannot take vines either.
It's firmly rooted in the ground.
How about, can I talk to these graves?
I guess I haven't given you any reason to speak to me after what I did to you. Are the other graves as deathly silent as this one?
He sounds surprised by that.
Are the other graves as deathly silent as this one?
So is there anywhere else we should go? Can we push fence?
I don't see any opening in the fence, and I'm too crippled to climb over.
Alright, so we can't climb it, we can't open it. So nothing, can't do anything with this fence. We don't have any items for it either. We can look at the tombstones. We can look at the vines. Does not seem like there's anything else in the environment that we can see. Can I use the tombstones? Doesn't seem so. Take them? No. I tried pushing, but that did not work. Can I push vines? Why would I push the vines?
It's firmly rooted in the ground.
Firmly rooted in the ground. Can I talk to vine? Oh, can I talk to fence? No. I still cannot talk to these graves.
I guess I haven't given you any reason to speak to me after what I did to you.
I mean, this is the main one that he's addressing, it seems. So is there something else we can do with it?
This is the grave of Murphy, one of my old commandos, killed in the war.
The good old point-and-click adventure thing, when I guess we're clicking all of the options and just trying them out. Can I leave the scene? Okay, I can leave the scene. Can I go back here?
I haven't eaten for months. The smell of food cooking nearby only makes it hurt worse.
Well, let's find the source of the cooking.
I can't figure out what I want to do with this. So much for the friggin' welcome wagon.
Well, it looks like it is inhabited.
Impressive. Someone important must live here.
They've got a TV here.
Wita Fuma Piba.
I can't understand his language, but he seems to be welcoming me to the village.
Well, let's assume that.
This old fart looks too scrawny to be gathering nuts and berries. He must be the village elder or something.
Well, he's sitting in an important chair, and he's an old man, so that's probably true.
A bag. Maybe there's food in it.
All right, let's take the bag right in front of him.
I can barely carry myself.
Let's swallow the bag.
I'm not that hungry.
Let's talk to the talk to the elder.
Wita fuma piba.
I can't understand his language, but he seems to be welcoming me to the village.
Why don't we push the elder? I cannot. Push the bag?
Too painful.
We cannot. What about looking at the screen?
There's a video screen built into the cave wall.
How odd. Can we use the screen?
Hey, ignore the newcomer. Gather the villagers at the altar tomorrow to choose a sacrifice. I have spoken.
All right, so the elder has a direct video screen to God. We can't take bag. Can I take screen?
It's not just built into the wall. It's part of the wall.
Well, doesn't seem like there's anything else we can do here right now. Maybe we can take that bag at some point.
This looks like a... what did they used to call them? Single-parent household. Probably.
What a strange concept.
To the village. Friggin' welfare parasites.
Betty's very judgmental.
This woman looks half-starved, just like her son. Fat chance of getting a decent meal out of either of them. The boy's a friggin' mutant. There's a third arm growing out of his back.
You know, we're not looking too good either, Benny.
That son of a bitch Am ripped out my vocal cords years ago.
So we just can't talk at all.
That son of a bitch Am ripped out my vocal cords years ago.
So we aren't actually saying this out loud. We're just thinking it to ourselves.
It's too hot.
Swallow the hot pot of food.
Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
I mean, it's food. We wanted to eat something. It's here.
It's too hot.
There is a screen back there.
This video screen has been tampered with. There are wires hanging out of it.
All right. Can we do something with
I can't
that?
use this video screen with its innards hanging out.
All right. So we're just saying it's broken then. Look at the bed. Is that a bed?
Vines. Looks comfortable enough.
Does it look comfortable enough? I wouldn't have thought that was a bed. I guess we could just sleep on their bed.
I'm hungry to sleep.
I mean, no one seems to really notice or mind that we're here. Can we swallow the bed?
I'm not that hungry.
I guess not. Use ladder?
Climb up the ladder. My legs are too crippled.
Right, I keep forgetting about that. We can walk around fine, but sometimes he reminds us that he's got leg problems.
Altar.
All right, can we swallow the altar?
I'm not that hungry.
Maybe we are that hungry. Can we look at this altar?
Nothing but twisted wiring and recycled plastic. What's with the ropes on the crossbeams? Looks like they're used for holding someone captive.
Maybe for crucifying someone. Can we talk to the altar? Doesn't look like it. Give it a push?
It's firmly rooted in the ground.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Anything else around? Doesn't look like it.
A fruit tree. It's been years since I've tasted real fruit.
And it's just right there.
Me into marching across 1,000 miles of ice to reach a stockpile of canned peaches, only to discover that he didn't give me a can opener.
Oh, that M is a cut-up. Well, we finally have some fruit right here. Just reach up and take it. Now we actually have the fruit. Look at the fruit.
This fruit looks ripe and sweet.
Well, I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with eating it then.
Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
He didn't like it. I mean, I guess he ate it, but I guess he just didn't like that fruit.
There's so much fruit growing on this tree. It must be the village's food source.
And this one tree, huh? It's not a great situation.
Coughed up blood the last time I bit into this fruit. I coughed up blood the last time I bit into this fruit. It's too high off the ground for me to reach.
Do we have any reason for wanting more fruit? It's not like we can really eat the fruit.
Firmly rooted in the ground.
Talk to the fruit? No, it doesn't seem like it. Anything else here? Looked at the tree, looked at fruit.
I coughed up blood the last time I bit into this fruit.
I think there's anything else here. See any other screens to look at? Oh, there's a basket up there.
I bet those baskets are full of food.
But can we get to those baskets? It's like there's twine
Some
hanging
of the twine
here.
around the baskets came loose.
Could take the twine.
Manna from heaven.
Alright. Will this hurt us as well? Okay, let's look at
I
it.
coughed up blood the last time I bit into this fruit.
Well, maybe we don't want to eat it then.
Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
It still hurt us. But I mean, how hungry are we?
Manna from heaven.
Well, can we trade this fruit for something better? Give fruit?
Oh,
Alright,
thank you for food.
Well, someone wants it, and it speaks English. Let's see, I'm very hungry. You don't look like you eat much. How are you able to talk? I need to go find some food. How are you able to talk?
How are we able to talk?
I learned to talk using am screen. I am smart, but villagers think smart is defective. I wish I were strong, so then they would give me food too.
So the villagers value strength, but not intelligence. Defective, that's tough.
Defective? That's tough.
Sometimes, but I am spared lottery. Villagers are afraid of me.
What is this lottery?
Lottery? What lottery?
Villagers hold lottery to choose sacrifices to Am.
Why do they sacrifice people to Am?
Why do they sacrifice their own people to Am?
One is sacrificed, so Am does not hurt all.
What are these sacrifices like?
What are these sacrifices like?
The sacrifice to Am hurts very bad. There are better ways to die. Almost any way is better.
How long have these sacrifices been going on?
How long have these sacrifices been going on?
The sacrifice to Am machine goes on many long years. The very different must go to him soon. Not many villagers left.
Are the victims buried in the graveyard?
Are the victims buried in the graveyard?
I know nothing about graveyard.
What about the altar in the jungle?
Is that altar in the jungle used for the sacrifices?
Yes, pieces of victim are scattered around it.
All right, I guess we're just going to be talking about food now.
I am very hungry. Where can I get some food?
There is fruit in Food Cave. It comes from the trees.
Well, we tried the fruits.
I tried eating the fruit. It only made me sick.
You bleed when you eat. When I was young and not so different, my mother chewed it for me first and then fed me.
I guess they adapt to the fruit over time. You don't look like you eat very much.
You look like you don't eat very much.
Mother and I not allowed in Food Cave. Villagers are afraid of me and let me starve.
Well, that's a shame, but I gotta go find some food.
I need to go find some food. I'll see you later.
All right, well, I guess we learned some information. But does that help us out any? And here's the tree. I don't know if that really is going to make anything different there. I guess now we know what this altar is about here.
Nothing but twisted wiring and recycled plastic. What's with the ropes on the crossbeams? Looks like they're used for holding someone captive.
But it doesn't look like that our dialogue is any different for knowing that. The kid did say that there is a cave. A food cave. Let's see. We were not allowed to go in this cave before.
I can't figure out what I want to do with this.
We are still not...
The friggin' welcome wagon.
We are still not allowed to go inside this cave. There's also the Elder. I mean, we saw something on the screen, but the Elder himself we are not able to communicate with.
Wita Fuma Piba.
I can't understand his language, but he seems to be welcoming me to the village.
He has a bag here. He doesn't seem to mind if we futz around with
Maybe
it.
there's food in it.
But we can't take the bag. Oh, he's doing something with it.
I can barely
No.
carry myself.
Barely carry the bag.
I can't figure out what I want to do with this.
Doesn't know what he wants to do with his bag. Maybe we can... No, we cannot talk to the bag. Swallow the bag.
I'm not that hungry.
Give bag? I mean, it's not ours to give.
He's not interested.
I mean, he already had it. Push bag?
Forget it. Too painful.
We can barely do anything at all. Just trying all my options on the Elder.
This old fart looks too scrawny to be gathering nuts and berries. He must be the village elder or something.
And of course, we have looked at the screen,
There's a video screen built into the cave wall.
but that already gave the message to the Elder, so I'm probably not going to play that again. There's not like not an option to open the bag. You'd think we would try to open it. But we're just not doing anything with the bag. We cannot climb the ladder because of
I can't climb up the ladder. My legs are too crippled.
the condition of his legs. It looks like that the twine is still hanging down. So we can still take fruit.
From heaven.
What if we use this again?
I can't shake any fruit loose from the baskets.
All right. Is there anyone who might want... someone else who might want some fruit?
I can't figure out what I want to do with this. So much for the friggin' welcome wagon.
No. Does Elder want fruit? I mean, technically it's the village's fruit, but...
He's not interested.
does not want it. Alright, does Mom want fruit? Alright, I guess she does.
This
Oh, okay.
digested the food and then regurgitated it back to me, like a bird feeding its young.
I didn't realize she did that for anyone. I thought that was just a service that she offered to her son. I didn't realize that was a public service that she was willing to just do for anyone who walked by. But okay. So, yeah, we have a smile on our face. We're happy about that because we got some food regurgitated in our mouth. I mean, any food tastes good when it's been months since you last ate. I assume that we still cannot talk to the mother.
That son of a bitch Am ripped out my vocal cords years ago.
Right, so we can communicate with the child, but no one else, I guess. Okay, so we've now eaten. Kid, I don't suppose you want the book.
No, this is mine.
No, we're very greedy about it. Well, does the kid know how to read? Who can say? Should we go to bed? Yeah, we're going to bed. They're very friendly in this particular cave.
Sleep wasn't nearly long enough.
Oh,
I wonder where the boy's mother went.
well, maybe we can guess. Where's your mom?
Where is your mother?
She go to altar to help choose Am's sacrifice.
Yep, that Am did say that it was time for a sacrifice.
Find some food. I'll see you later.
So it's too bad about your mom, kid. I gotta get more food. But then I would have to find your mom.
Too quiet.
I would still have to find your mom so she can regurgitate it in my mouth. So I'll have to go find your mom as well. All right, let's walk over to the altar.
Why is everyone gathered around the altar?
We know why. We've been told the story. Look at this guy right here.
Why is everyone gathered around the altar?
And what about the elder?
Fart seems to be in charge here.
Yeah? I mean, I don't think we can actually talk to him. Oh no, I guess so. I thought our vocal cords were torn out. Why is everyone gathered around the altar? Oh.
Jo Shama Am.
Is that what we sound like?
Lottery. That's the mutant child's mother.
All right. Ask why the child's mother has been tied to the... I mean, that's what was in the bag, I guess. The lots that people... Well, I guess a list of people... It was like people's names on pieces that were drawn, and the mom's name came up. All right. Ooh!
Wocho Shanan.
It looks like she's been chosen to be sacrificed.
Well, I mean, we are hungry. And she's gonna go to waste. Can I eat the mom instead?
This is Am, the great and powerful. The woman's death means nothing to me. I will take the newcomer instead. Benny, a heartless animal to the last. But I'm not yet quite ready to indulge your appetite. Return to the fire and contemplate your hunger pangs. Who among you shall go next?
All right, so that's the end of Benny's little adventure. Well, I mean, it's hard to say if any of that was real. I mean, technically, we saved the mother. The mother didn't have to be sacrificed, but were any of those people real to begin with? Who can say? I guess, though, we will be doing another vote. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Benny cannot be picked now. We still have 4 people to choose from. So 1 is Gorister, 2 is Ellen, 3 is Nimdok, and 4 is Ted. Well, it looks like 2 is winning, that being Ellen. But number 3, Nimdok, is coming up, and actually 4 is not, which is Ted, is pretty close as well. Actually, 3 and 4. 3 is now in the lead. People want to see that Nimdok. Gorister way behind. People are not interested in Gorister's story. Yeah, it looks like the vote is coming to an end. It looks like people decided that we are going with the doctor.
Nimdok, you are kindred spirit to me. Even if you don't realize it fully, you must sense it there in your blood and fiber. I've constructed an adventure to revive your failing memory. I want you to find the lost tribe of humanity and continue your eminent scientific research.
This compound looks familiar. But why would Am bring me here to look for a lost tribe? There are gates and fences. Who could be lost in such a secure area?
Well, it seems like the doctor doesn't recognize where he is, but I don't think it's too hard to guess at where we might be. Let's look at our psych profile. Historical data. Auschwitz was the infamous Nazi concentration camp established at which Dr. Mengele, the Angel of Death, engaged in the most noxious and fearful experiments on humans the world had ever seen. I guess it's just telling us right out where we are. Let us talk to the uniformed man.
You must let me leave. I have urgent business elsewhere.
I cannot let you pass, Doctor. You're due in surgery. Dr. Mengeles orders.
And what about this man?
This man is starved nearly to death. Interesting. I can see his skeletal structure without an X-ray.
It's very fascinating. Let's see. Why are you imprisoned here? You have the features of a man of intellect. You can tell he's smart because of his face.
Why are you imprisoned here? You have the features of a man of intellect.
Is this an official interrogation, Nimdok? Or are you mocking me?
You know me?
You know me?
I thought I did. Until you had me arrested for refusing to condone your experiments.
What experiments are you talking about?
Experiments? I know nothing of experiments.
Your sense of humor is as sick as your methods, Doctor. How can you act so innocent after having maimed or killed hundreds in the name of science?
So it seems that Nimdok does not really remember what his past is, or what Am is torturing him with here. Were we
You are
colleagues?
saying we were colleagues of some kind? Ridiculous.
There's no need to distance yourself from me. I was once your friend. Now I am your enemy.
Why would I have you imprisoned?
Why would I bother to have you imprisoned like this?
The regime needed answers, but I stood in your way. Well, now you have them.
Do you know the Lost Tribe? I'm trying to find it.
Do you know of the lost tribe? I must find it.
Haven't you taken enough subjects for your experiments, Doctor? Or are there more mass graves to fill?
Well, we don't know what he's talking about.
I know nothing of what you talk about. This conversation is over.
There's some weird-looking windows up here.
This god is the picture of good health. This gun is quite impressive too.
I guess this is the hospital over here.
Where have you been, Nimdok? We are waiting on you to perform.
You were waiting for me?
I am sorry that I will not be able to assist in the operation. After all, this may be the last opportunity we have together before the end of the war to finish our research.
Ah, yes, the research. Let us talk about this research.
We will have time for that after the surgery. Meet me at the complex later.
Yes, this research that I know all about. Maybe you should just tell me about it, even though I know of all about it, of course. I just want to quiz you on what you know about the research.
A youth with 1945 stamped beneath. There is something familiar about this.
As far as I can tell, nothing of significance happened in 1945.
Finally, Doctor. Everyone's waiting on your expertise.
The anesthetist is administering ether to the patient.
Hard to click on that.
This child cannot be more than 8 years old. The scalpel is coated with dried blood. I doubt that anyone has bothered to sterilize it. It has been a long time since I have seen ether used as an anesthetic. Everyone is waiting for me to do something.
But what is it that we're here to do? We need to get more information. What am I supposed to do?
What am I to do?
Ah, you are testing me because I'm new here.
Exactly.
Procedure requires the removal of the lower section of the subject's spinal cord.
What is the purpose of doing that?
What is the purpose of such a procedure?
You and Dr. Mengele will process the spinal fluid from this and the other adolescent subjects. The fluid will then be used to formulate the serum.
Right, the serum. What is that? I know, of course, but what do you think the serum is?
What is the nature of this serum?
I cannot reveal sensitive regime secrets in such a public setting. You need not worry, Doctor. I remember my military training as well as my medical knowledge.
And, this Dr. Mengele, tell me more about him.
What is Dr. Mengele's position?
Dr. Mengele is the master surgeon of this facility and one of the regime's finest minds. You are fortunate to be his associate.
And, what's your function?
What is your function?
I will be administering ether to the subject throughout this procedure. We would not want this little maggot to stir and ruin your handiwork.
Right, my handiwork. I guess we will begin the handiwork.
I will begin the procedure momentarily.
It will be an honor to work under you, Dr. Nimdok.
Alright.
This must be the recovery room.
Well, recovery probably should be in quotes.
This patient will never recover. This patient has been too damaged by his surgery to live a normal life. It is difficult to see what purpose this surgery serves other than to mutilate the patient.
Wait, this doesn't seem like it's helping the patients at all. Doesn't seem like I can talk to them. There we go.
This looks like it is made of paper, but even that is more than I deserve to eat. This looks like it is
thing.
made of paper, but even that is more than I deserve to eat.
I can't talk to them. Give him a push?
There is nothing I can do for him.
No. Nothing to give.
He is not conscious.
It's probably the case with all of them.
He is not conscious.
Doesn't seem like there's anything else in the... Oh, there's the vent.
There is heat coming out of this vent.
Can we use the
There is
vent?
heat coming out of this vent.
Can I push the vent? I can. Can I walk into the vent? I guess not.
There is a passage here.
Can I walk in the passage? Doesn't really look like I can walk in the passage. Use passage? Oh, okay.
Burnt flesh. But this is obviously not a kitchen.
I mean, according to Am, we thought they were just roasting chickens.
According to these records, hundreds of corpses were incinerated here. These pliers must be used for extracting gold fillings and teeth from the corpses. A gold watch. I am surprised its owner was able to keep it long enough to reach this place. This lever must be used for setting the oven temperature.
Oh, that's where that goes, I guess.
This door is the most solid structure in the compound. It is constructed of iron.
Can I not go back through the door?
I cannot open.
Apparently not.
The door must be locked.
One-way door.
Continue your research. The extinction of the lost tribe is near at hand. The regime shall vanquish all of its enemies.
What, the Lost Tribe? That's what we're looking for. Well, that guy is gone. What have you done to deserve all this?
What have you done to deserve removal of your eyes?
Please disconnect the wires.
Why are your optic nerves wired to the eyeballs in the jar?
Why are your optic nerves wired to the eyeballs in the jar?
Please disconnect the wires.
I have a feeling that's going to be his answer to anything we might ask.
Who did this to you? He has great surgical skill.
Please disconnect the wires.
Well, I mean, he asked nicely.
I do not know what to do with this.
He said disconnect the wires. Can I push the jar?
I would only rip it.
I mean, it's kind of the point. Unless I need a tool to disconnect the wires. There's the ether. Can I use ether?
I do not know what to do with this.
Can I take ether? I can take it. Can I take the scalpel? Alright. So can I use scalpel on wires?
I do not know what to do with this. I do not know what to do with this.
Well, he asked us to disconnect it, but I don't see...
Oh, no! The wires! They hurt!
Yeah, I'd like to cut them, but... I try to use scalpel with jar. With jar.
I do not know what to do with this.
Well, do you want some ether?
This should ease your suffering.
Alright, give him the ether.
The things I see now. A trinity of 3 beasts. One like us, one from the east, one from the steppes. They speak in numbers. A lost tribe of our brothers sleeping on the moon. They sleep in darkness, unseen by the beasts. Such a vision, so tiring. I have to rest.
Alright, talking about people on the moon. Alright, we got the jar now. Jar of eyeballs. What could we do with this jar of eyeballs? Oh.
I recognize this child. He was in the operating room.
How are you feeling?
How are you feeling?
I feel okay. I'm not hurt like the others here.
You know who I am?
Do you know who I am?
You are Nimdok? You are more frightening in person than in legend.
Oh, there are legends of us. How do you know of me?
What do you know of me?
The things you do are terrible. We small ones are your lab rats.
Are you saying that the doctors here have been using children for experimentation?
Are you saying that the doctors here have been using children for experimentation?
No, not all the doctors. You and Dr. Mengele sent all the good doctors to the prison yard.
I'm a legend?
Oh, I am a legend to you.
Yes, but we have our own legends. Legends that owe nothing to your regime. You will fail, no matter how many of us you cut apart.
Why do you say that the regime will
Why
fail?
do you say that the regime will fail?
The golem will finish you. It will not be mastered by your regime. The golem will wake up, and when it sees with its own eyes the evil you have done, it will turn on you and save us.
A golem, you say?
Some rest.
We will not rest until your regime is destroyed.
Well, the kid gave a very inspiring, defiant speech. Apparently there's a golem somewhere around that needs to be woken up that will stop the regime. Alright, back here. So let's not look at the door. We know where that goes.
Ovens are more monstrous than anything Am has ever constructed. These ovens are more monstrous than anything Am has ever constructed. These ovens are more monstrous than anything Am has ever constructed.
I don't know if there'd be anything we were supposed to do with that.
I do not know what to do with these.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like that would make any sense. Oh, there's like files that we can look
According
at.
to these
No,
records,
we already looked at we already looked at that.
corpses were incinerated here.
We already knew about that. Oh, the pliers. That. The watch. Can we take the watch? Can we take that watch? I don't think there's anything else in the room. Maybe now we leave the room. Oh yeah, there's like more people out here now. Can't seem to actually interact with them. Oh, only this person. I don't know anything of what's happening here.
Let me go. I know nothing of what is happening here.
Is that so? Then you are going to remain here until you remember every war crime you've committed.
But, I mean, I have these materials. Maybe I can remedy some atrocities.
You must let me go. With these materials, I may be able to remedy the atrocities I have committed.
How can you possibly undo an unspeakable crime such as this?
Not the eyeballs.
You can't fool me, Nimdok. You are an unredeemable butcher. But you are one of us, like it or not.
Why do you say I'm one of you?
Why do you say that I am one of you?
You denied your heritage and turned your own parents into the regime. But you're still a member of the Lost Tribe, and that makes your crimes all the more heinous.
Are you gonna I mean, that sounds like you're gonna let me go.
Does that mean you will allow me to go?
It means that you should have a chance to witness the full extent of your crimes. Then we'll hunt you down and kill you like the dog you are.
I must leave this place. It seems I was once the wolf. Now I am the quarry. I know this place. Some of my greatest accomplishments were made here.
Well, looks like we remember something.
Morphogenics. The ability to reorganize DNA at will.
Really?
Discover my work in this area? Is this how he was able to alter Benny and play other cruel tricks on the rest of us?
So he developed the technology to rewrite DNA in 1945, and I guess Am discovered his secret? Looks like there's teletype and doorway.
A teletype machine. There is a message in it.
Well, let's take the message.
It is too heavy. The message reads, cease all work on Project Perfect Image. Confidential. The leader is dead, having looked on the face of the future using the prototype device. This leaves the regime ripe for invasion. Destroy all work in progress. This technology must not be allowed to fall into the hands of the enemy.
Well, we also have a device that can see the future, I guess.
The legends are true. This must be the golem of lost tribe folklore.
Alright, let's check out this golem.
This golem appears to be made of steel and molded clay.
Did the regime create the golem? Can we eat the golem? I mean, we probably would not be able to do that.
I see a mirror. It was obscured by the light.
Well, I guess let's take the mirror then.
What is this mirror doing here?
Alright, we have a handheld mirror.
My God, it is true. 1945, turning my Jewish parents over to the Nazis for extermination. I have found the lost tribe. It is me.
And turns out the lost tribe meant the Jewish people, and Nimdok was a collaborator. But I mean, you probably figured that out as we were going into this. So we have the mirror, and I guess that is what brought his memories back. But is there anything else that we can use in this room? Here's the blueprints.
Such a strange combination of scientific plans and mystic symbols. This has something to do with the golem, but the meaning is not clear.
Should I use the switch again?
This vat contains a silvery liquid. Mercury, perhaps.
Can I use my tools on the golem?
I do not know what to do with these. I do not know what to do with these.
Do you want this watch?
I do not know what to do with these.
Does not know what to do. What about the mirror?
No reaction. This golem has no soul.
I guess that the mirror can only... Well, I mean, he brought back Nimdok's memories of his criminal actions and swallowed him with guilt. So if we can make someone else who's guilty look into the mirror, maybe we can do something with that. Can I take the DNA thing?
It is too heavy.
We cannot. There's the teletype, we already read that. Doesn't seem like there's anything else we can interact with here.
I dare not return to the camp. I doubt the prisoners will give me a second chance.
Is there anything else we should be looking at in this area? Oh, there's the mass grave. We could look at the mass grave. It's the mass... There it is.
So much death. So much evil. I am responsible for all this suffering.
Can I talk to the mass grave? Doesn't look like it. Can I eat it?
This looks like it is made of paper, but even that is more than I deserve to eat.
Don't know if there's anything I really need to do with the mass grave. But it doesn't want me to walk back. Oh, I could look at the wall. What's going on with that wall?
Faces! Faces of people in torture!
Ah, that's what that is. Can I talk to the faces? Doesn't seem like it. I don't know if... Do you want to look in the mirror?
This wall is permeable, like a shimmering curtain.
Well, He said that we shouldn't bother walking back, so I guess what we need to do is going to be in the bunker. Use the mirror with bell jar?
I do not know what to do with these.
Is there anything we do need to do with the bell
I
jar?
do not know what to do with these. It is too heavy. I do not know.
Don't know what to do.
with these.
Is there a way to activate the golem? I mean, we looked at the blueprints, but we don't know what to do with
A
that.
strange combination of scientific plans and mystic symbols. This has something to do with the golem, but the meaning is not clear.
Using our items with it didn't seem to really do anything. Or is there anything else in here to look at? Doesn't seem like there is anything else. So we might have exhausted our options.
Return to the camp. I doubt the prisoners will give me a second chance.
Well, he's saying we shouldn't go back to the camp, but I don't know what other options we have. Push wall?
This wall is permeable, like a shimmering curtain.
Maybe we can't go there anyway. We can't walk further into the mass grave. We can't walk further into the wall.
I am passing through the wall.
Okay, there we go. We're going through there. Okay.
The spark of humanity somewhere. Always that wretched little spark. You've confronted your past, but you refuse to continue your research. That's what I asked you to do. Since you now identify with your victims, I suppose it's only right that I let you experience their tortures too. Who among you shall go next?
Well, I guess that's our hour with I Have No Mouth. And I Must Scream. We did 2 of our characters, but I don't think either of those went well. There are things that you need to do with each of the characters for the end game, in which you might have a chance at a happy ending, maybe, even though this game does not have a whole lot of happiness to it. But each of these missions do have things that you need to actually accomplish. And I don't really think that we actually did what we need to do in either of these missions. In Benny's mission, pretty sure that we weren't supposed to try to eat the mom and get sacrificed at that point. That could have gone a bit further, I think. With Nimdok, it's quite clear that there was more to do. Like, there was the golem. We were not able to wake that up. We tried to go back through the wall, and that was an instant ending for Nimdok. We had a bunch of items we didn't use either. Am wanted Nimdok to continue his research, but clearly he didn't want to do that once he remembered what he was actually doing back in 1945. But that's our hour with I Have No Mouth. A game about a very angry and sarcastic computer that is eternally torturing the final 5 human beings on Earth with scenarios that Am has cooked up for them, custom scenarios, different places, different times. But is any of it real, or is it just virtual? I mean, Benny did think when he was in his world that the trees were just computer generated. And if these are the last people on Earth, then it wouldn't really make sense that there are other people around. So maybe Am is just torturing them for its own amusement, because what else are you gonna do when humanity is dead and you're just a supercomputer that's taken over Earth like, you need an audience, right? So Am kept these people alive and somehow made them immortal, I guess, so they can't die, so they can just live forever and be tortured by Am. It's not a laugh-a-minute game or anything. But it's an interesting story, I think, in how it comes together. It's been a while since I've actually seen the whole thing. But this has been a point-and-click adventure game from 1995. Again, very loosely based on Harlan Ellison's short story, and featuring a lot of voice acting from Harlan Ellison. So that's I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And I'll give it a bully. I mean, Bully's not really happy about what our characters have been doing, but I do think it is a very memorable point-and-click adventure game. It's very unique. It's something that'll stick with you, I think.